All right, we are officially 15 seconds in. There we go. Now, if you were here earlier today during my previous live stream, I want to thank you so very much. I really appreciate your support in watching my videos. Even if you could just stop in for 10 or 15 minutes, come by, say hi, drop a comment, things like that. I really do appreciate it all. So, why am I doing another live stream? Well, not everybody can make it around 2 o'clock. It's also school season. School is back. And, well, anybody who's of school age who might watch my videos are in school when I do the live stream. So I thought I would do a follow-up live stream a little bit later. And that's where we're at today. So if you were here earlier, we were working on a picture frame similar to last week's Monday's live stream, although we got a little artsy with it. Today, this evening, I should say, is none different, but we're going to be working with this piece. So whatever you decide it to be, a jar, a vase, I don't think it matters. We're going to cover this in leaves, and then we're going to put a candle in down at the bottom. And I actually do have a design in mind for this one. I spent a good amount of time earlier today specifically going after these yellow wisteria leaves. And that's because we are going to do a kind of swirl design going up. Like the leaves are coiling up the vase. And for that, I want it primarily to be yellow. So let me get all of our yellow leaves up in the center. Welcome back, Gamer Chick Gonna Win. I swear you are my most consistent watcher, and I deeply appreciate that. Is that yellow enough? Oh, I think that's too green. Okay, so we have all of our yellow leaves. I am going to flip this around, put my hand inside, and we are going to coat it with some glue. After the glue, we'll put on a layer of tissue paper, some leaves, and we'll go from there. So it's just like my first leaf jar video, but bigger. Oops, and I'm dripping glue all over the place. That's why I've got the paper towels down. Thank you to everybody who's joining me tonight. Perhaps this will work easier in the long run. And maybe I can actually get my videos to upload day of rather than day after. I don't know why, but YouTube does not like me uploading live streams and trying to get them to actually load the day of. No idea what that's all about. Okay, so we got our glue down. Gonna take tissue paper and we are gonna just lay it right on top. And I just realized I'm gonna have to do this one-handed. Let's see if I can do it. This is 2-ply tissue paper. It's very rough, very cheap. Got it at the dollar store. And it's perfect for this kind of craft. If you go with a regular tissue paper that's got like lotion in it or vitamins or, you know, stuff for actually blowing your nose, it will be more difficult to actually get it to look nice and neat. It'll just be a little too thick, and we really want the thin stuff. I'm gonna peel this back a little bit. And I'm hoping the yellow leaves will kind of cover up those seams that I just created. Give that a gentle tug while it's still wet. And we start smoothing everything out. So who's all in the comments today? Or who's all watching the live stream? I'd like to know who found my channel, who follows me on Instagram, or if you're just floating on by looking for something to put on in the background. Yes, Gamer Chick, you are like my #1 supporter here. I'm so very thankful. A little bit more glue. Sorry for getting up close like that. And my family is home, so if you hear some extra noises or voices, that's just my family. Or it could be my cat Muffin. She's also hanging out with me this evening. Oh, that's a big glob of glue right there. Okay, now we got our layer of glue down. Since this leaf already has a little dab of glue on there, we are just going to take that, reapply it, pick it up, and set it down. This is going to be our first little leaf volunteer. And it's nobody's surprise that I'm already running out of Mod Podge. When it comes to glue, I always buy 2, especially when they're little itty bitties like this. Have you been working on any fall crafts? Or do you do any artsy things? Let me know. I want to have a little conversation with you. What is your favorite thing about fall? My favorite thing about fall is when it's cold outside, but then when you stand in the sunshine, it warms you up. And like there's no wind, but the day is brisk, the air is fresh. It's my favorite time. Yep, cooler weather. And go figure, forgot to trim the stems. There we go. And I'm just going to continue the spiral pattern going up this way. And I'm not going to worry too much if there's any bits of tissue paper that I missed and didn't cover up. These wisteria leaves are perfect for this kind of craft. But yeah, I see we've got 5 people here on the live stream. What does everybody like to do during the fall time? What's their favorite fall activity? Is there even a fall where you are? I know one of you lives somewhere hot. But there's like a couple of nice weekends in August. Isn't that how the joke goes? There's a couple of nice weekends or something like that. I know in some places around the world, the weather chills for a little bit, and then all of a sudden it's like cold, like a cold snap. There's not really a transitional period, and like that makes me really sad. There we go. These leaves. Yeah, these wisteria leaves are great. We do have a wisteria bush out the front side of our yard. It's one of my favorite flowers. Next to delphinium. Hi, baby muffin. Whoops. My paintbrush is peeling. Oh well. Okay, there we go. Keeping it going. I'm sorry you guys can't. I'm trying to I've got such a small frame, such a small area frame to work with on the camera. Because I want to see what you guys put down in the chat box. And in order to do that, I got to actually see where you're at. And to also make sure I'm in frame every once in a while. So for those reasons, I do have the camera. Oh, muffin. I do have the camera a little bit lower than I would like to give. I would love to give you guys like an aerial view. I think that would be super cool. But if I did that, I can't see if somebody writes something in the comments. Okay, looks like we are almost finished with the yellow layer. Let go. And then we still got a few yellow leaves left, so I think we'll just try and use all of those up. Some more glue. I'd say glue is the most expensive part of this project. Because definitely need a lot of it, depending on the surface area of the object you are covering. Oh, that one's got a little hole in the center there. That'll look cool. That one might stay down, but I don't want to chance it. Just in case. The less rips from the tissue paper, the better. Oh yeah, we still have plenty of leaves. Did you guys see my promo short for this evening's live stream? Thought I would be silly and whisper. Oh, Copper's upset. I'm gonna take this away for just a second. There we go. All right, this is looking pretty good. Got just a few more leaves left. Let's grab the nice long ones, break the stems off, cover up these couple little patches. I think wisteria leaves are winning it. They've been like so nice to work with. So I guess if you want to do something with this, if you want to recreate this craft, put your own twist on it, I highly recommend using wisteria leaves. They're already so thin and dainty, but it's like they're holding up really, really nice. More importantly, they're laying flat. At least before they get too old. Once they get old, then they start to kind of curl up. Okay, I'm gonna go over the leaves one more time with the glue, just to make sure those are cemented down. And okay, looks like we're already creeping up on 20 minutes. I haven't done any video editing in a while. I wasn't sure if people actually watched them or not, but if there was a video I would want to speed up, I think this and my previous live stream would be it. So I used to do that. Although once you speed everything up, the when you listen back to it, kind of sounds a little weird. And then I'd have to try and find a song and make sure I've used it before and YouTube didn't flag it. Yeah, I need to get a new editing app. If you have any recommendations, I have an Android. And that's what I've been using to video everything and edit videos, all that good stuff. Okay, and then I think I'm going to just use the few yellow leaves I have left and try and cover up some of these whiter spots. Just because I want it to all be yellow. This leaf was getting a little up there, a little old. It should stay down once we get the tissue paper on it. Nice little glob right there. And tap that one down a little bit more. Kind of move it back into place. If I'm out of frame, please tell me. So I mentioned previously, I do have you guys right in front of me, so I can actually read the comments. Now I know this one's not yellow, but it'll add a nice little contrast to everything else we've got going on. There we go. We've got a couple more spots to cover up, and then we will be, whoops. We will be set for our layer of tissue paper. I'd take this one. There we go. I so can't wait to put a candle in this and see what it looks like. All of the different layers of yellow leaves. Ooh, that one laid down really nice. Sorry about that, just got a text message. And I know it's not yellow, but it's the closest I've got to the last leaf. So we're just going to use it. And let's get that tissue paper on there. Everything is sufficiently saturated. So let's take this off my hand, set it right side up. And split some of these. 2 worked the first time, but I think I'm gonna do a layer of 4 in total. Okay, back on my hand we go. And I'm gonna take this from the edge, from the bottom edge, and just gently pull it forward. And now is where I really have to be careful. If I pull on the tissue paper, it will pull the leaves. And I don't want that. Okay, make sure we're over the edge. Okay, there we go. We are sufficiently covered with the tissue paper. I'm just going to do little pats here and there. You can kind of see where we've got 2 layers on the sides. I'm not entirely sure what we're going to do with those. Okay, I'm going to set this right side up again. More glue. Maybe I should buy a whole new bottle, a big bottle of the Mod Podge. Just kind of bite the bullet. I really don't want to spend more money than I have to, because budget, you know, is the name of the game. But at what point does convenience overstep budget? And since we've got a double layer here, I am going to have to double up on the glue. Still, I'm going to try and press in as much of the the tissue paper as I can. Oh man, I'm super excited. I can't wait to see this one finished. So I've noticed I have gotten more engagement with my pour painting live streams versus these crafting ones that I've done so far. Granted, I'm not talking a whole lot just because there's not that much to really talk about. At least not worth me rambling and talking like I'm kind of talking into the nothing. Having a conversation with me, myself, and I. But I'd love to know what you guys think on these crafting videos. This is all inspired for the current times that we're in. You know, everybody's dollar is stretched pretty thin, and some of us need to craft something. We need to make something. We're makers. So I thought, you know, what's the first store that's going to come to everybody's mind when they think cheap? Certainly not Walmart. Probably not Michael's. But the dollar store. So that's where that thought came from. So yeah, if you want to see more videos like this, leave a comment on any of my existing videos, and that will let me know that you guys want to see more of this, or perhaps if you have any ideas you want to send my way, might be a future Monday live stream video, and you can watch and see how many times I mess up on it. Oh man, some of those poor painting videos. If you look back in my previous live streams, like back when I first started doing live streams, there were a few videos where I completely lost control of some of the, oh, what was it? The squeeze bottles. And they've like rolled across the canvas, or the lid popped off. Or when I went to go and spin out the pour painting, like the canvas would ricochet off the Lazy Susan. I mean, as aggravating as it was during the time, looking back on it now it was pretty funny. And sometimes mistakes can actually make an art piece look better. So it all worked out in the end. And some of those pour paintings that are featured on some of my older live stream videos have actually found homes. People have bought them during the art shows I was a part of. And I got the chance to show them me actually making the painting that they just took home. I mean, how often do you A, get to meet the artist, and B, watch them create the very thing that you're taking home? Like, tell me that's not cool. All in all, though, I just do these for fun. It's a way for me to keep on making things, to stay creative, and to one day find other people who like to create things. I mean, we're everywhere. Some of us are just better at hiding than others. Okay. There goes 2 layers down. I'm going to press in some of the details. That way we don't lose them. Whoops. Sorry about that. Boy, my paintbrush is really falling apart. Okay, and it's looking like we are coming up on 35 minutes already. So it looks like there will be a continuation of this one. Sorry, I don't mean to keep on pausing so much. I'm just trying to make sure I don't miss some of these details. But the next time you see this, hopefully we will be putting a candle inside. I'm going to finish out a couple more layers of tissue paper since some of these leaves don't want to stay down. And I will see you guys next time. Be sure to check out my Instagram account. That's where I do up close pictures, I do announcements and updates on the things that I am working on, when I'm going to be going live, and all that jazz. I do go live every Monday at 2 o'clock, although I might be going live Monday evenings as well. We'll just have to see what people like. So if you are here for today's live stream, and both of today's live streams, leave a comment on this video when it comes out so I know, and maybe this will work out better. Evening live streams. Okay, now to leave this to dry. I'll give you guys a once around. That way you can see what I see. Doesn't look like much right now, but when all of this dries, ooh, I'm gonna be so excited. All right, subscribe to my YouTube channel, like and leave a comment so I know what you want to see, and I will see you guys soon. Bye for now.